Hello everyone, I hope all of you are doing well today. So today I am answering a question that I received on Instagram. It was a question someone had. They told me basically that they were new to working with La Santa Muerte, but they were not in a very good financial situation, and because of that they weren't really able or aren't currently able to afford a statue. And so they asked me, basically they explained their situation a little bit, and they asked me, was it okay for them to start trying to devote to La Santa Muerte, to start praying to her, even if they can't currently afford to have a statue in their possession. So I did reply to the person and I answered their question, and I'm going to interrupt myself for just one moment and say that if you have any questions for me relating to La Santa Muerte, message me on Instagram, direct message me. I do see all the comments I get on Instagram on all of my posts, but if you message me directly, I will pretty much 99.9% of the time reply to you directly. So if you want to get in touch with me, or if you have a pressing question, just message me on Instagram. It's basically my main base of operations at this time. I post on there almost every day, or at least multiple times a week. I do post updates every time I post a video to YouTube. I immediately post about it like on a story on Instagram. Small tangent. So anyway, if you can't afford a statue, that's okay. I would say you don't need a statue to begin forming your relationship with La Santa Muerte. It's always important to have a statue. The statue, the idol, the image is the center point. It's the center focal point of the altar, which is what you want to eventually work up to, because having an altar is very, very important if you are a devotee or if you plan on becoming one day. Now, I would definitely say you don't have to have an altar to begin communication with her. She's often in people's lives before they have anything relating to her, sometimes even before people have any kind of spiritual practice in place. I would say maybe starting off with an image of her. So if you have access to a printer, print out an image of her. It doesn't have to be huge, it can be very small. You can draw a picture of her if you know how to draw or paint, create an image of her that you can have physically in front of you. Right now it's the Halloween season. You can go to a lot of places that sell Grim Reaper statues and use one of those. Just, of course, just cleanse it with Florida water or smudge it, or however you feel comfortable cleansing your items. Another thing that you can do potentially is you can buy statues on places like Amazon, maybe Etsy and eBay, but I say Amazon first because 100% I've seen like small statues for like $10 or less, sometimes $8, $10, $5. Also on Etsy, I think I've seen, and statues that might be 5 inches tall, 4 inches tall, 6 inches tall, and usually they're under $15. So if you can afford like something like that, then that'd be really great too. Some places that you can even buy like those small like 1-inch statues or 2-inch tall statues for like $1 or $2. Another thing you could do, I don't exactly advise it, but you could do it, is you can pull up an image of her on your phone or on your computer or tablet or wherever you have access, and just kind of set it up in a makeshift altar. Now, all you really need for a beginning altar, I would say, is an image of her. You can do your best to draw a Grim Reaper image with a pencil and paper. Prop it up, a glass of water, a candle. Any candle you have laying around will do. Just make sure you cleanse it and clean it. Of course, when your financial situation improves, you're going to want to purchase things intentionally for the altar. You don't want to just use things that are just laying around. Generally speaking, you want very nice things. And no, the altar doesn't have to be flashy, and nothing on the altar needs to be expensive. But, you just want it to look nice. So I would say to begin with, you just need some kind of picture, an image. Any kind will do, generally speaking. A glass of water, a candle, a birthday candle, a scented candle. Doesn't really matter too much. I would say those 3 things for your first makeshift altar. You can set those 3 things together. Pray. Your intention is key. Your focus is key. And when you make the effort and you pray to her with the intention of reaching out, of creating a communion, a connection, it will happen. She's very powerful. She knows when people are praying to her, and she knows what we can afford. She knows when we're making an effort. She knows when we're cutting corners with her, and she knows what kind of lives we live, especially if we are people who are very humble or who just don't have a lot of money to spend on different kinds of things at the moment. If you are a new devotee, or if you're planning on becoming one, of course you want to eventually work up to creating an altar. It can still be a relatively small altar. It just needs to have the typical and general images, her symbols like the hourglass, the scales, things like that. Now, this isn't a video about how to create an altar. This is just more how to begin working with her without an altar. Yes, I think she will hear you, but you want to get in the habit of having those things around, and those are things most people have in their homes anyway. Some people don't have homes, some people don't have candles, some people don't have a glass or even access to water, and for that I say prayers work just fine to start off with. Again, and I'm driving the point home, you eventually want an altar. There isn't cutting corners. She understands if you need to work up to that. Creating an altar is a kind of a magical thing in itself. And in conclusion, if you are starting with her and you don't have any money to buy an expensive statue, there are statues that are extremely inexpensive, tiny little 2-inch tall statues. Some of them, 99 cents. And if you can't even afford that, you don't have internet access, you can draw a picture, you can print a picture out, you can pull up a picture on your phone. The last one, the phone one, it's not my favorite thing, but worst comes, to worst, push comes to shove, you can do that, And also I've seen people use Grim Reaper statues, Halloween decorations, things like that. Obviously you want it to look nice, and I've seen some, Grim Reaper Halloween statues. I keep saying Halloween because it's about to be Halloween, and I've seen a lot of different stores have their statues out already, and some of them are very detailed and very nice. They don't look cartoony or weird. They look like official statues that you could potentially buy in a metaphysical shop. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here because I want to film a few more, and I don't know how much battery my phone has. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and of course subscribe if you like this kind of content. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Take care.